Hi, I'm Miraj.
And I'm Nikita, and welcome to Tech It Out.
So, Claude Fable 5, which is Anthropic's most advanced AI model, went down this week. Honestly, I didn't get to use it enough to understand what its capabilities were.
Well, I think that's probably what the US didn't want when they asked Anthropic to take it down.
I think they overreacted a bit, honestly. Apparently, it was just one command, fix the code, which it complied to, that spooked researchers.
Well, hopefully it'll do more good than harm. In this episode, we look at how AI is used to restore speech, exoskeletons, helping people walk, and aiding researchers document plant species.
Nikita, have you heard of ALS? Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It's a cruel disease, and these people who are afflicted by it lose the ability to talk, and eventually, as the disease progresses, they find it increasingly difficult to communicate.
Now, brain-computer interfaces have been around for a while and have helped patients with motor diseases operate computers. But for the first time, scientists are testing a BCI that turns thoughts into speech and text.
I mean, amazing, isn't it? I mean, it might be synthetic, but it's still a voice, right?
ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a disease that gradually takes away a person's ability to move, speak, and perform everyday tasks. It damages nerve cells responsible for controlling muscle movement. Over time, many people with ALS lose the ability to walk, use their hands, speak, and eventually breathe without assistance. While treatments remain limited, researchers are increasingly looking at technology to help patients maintain independence and communication. One area showing rapid progress is brain-computer interfaces, systems that can translate brain activity into digital commands. Researchers in the United States are demonstrating how that technology could help restore natural communication for people who have lost the ability to speak. A man diagnosed with ALS 7 years ago is now using an experimental brain-computer interface that allows him to communicate more fluently with his family and colleagues.
It is a life that is more full of dynamic action and with friends and family, with colleagues, and is something that allows me to communicate more in my natural way of communicating than any other technology that I have experienced.
Researchers at the University of California, Davis have been testing a new brain-computer interface designed to help people communicate even after losing their natural speech. The system uses implanted electrodes to record activity from the part of the brain responsible for speech production.
This little, bed of nails, like we like to call it, goes into the outer layer of the brain, and it actually just records voltage signals from the brain cells in that area.
When the user attempts to speak, those signals are captured and analyzed using artificial intelligence. The AI then translates the signals into phonemes, the basic sound units that form words and sentences.
We placed 4 electrode arrays into what's called the speech motor cortex of this participant. That's the part of the brain that is producing speech and normally sends those commands to the muscles, which unfortunately in his case are paralyzed. So these 4 arrays together have 256 electrodes.
Instead of decoding entire words, the system predicts individual speech sounds and reconstructs them into language using advanced language models.
In English, all words are made up of about 39 phonemes, and phonemes are just the different sounds that build up words, so like t or duh or buh. So we're just predicting the probability that each of those phonemes or sounds are being made when the participant attempts to speak, and then we're assembling those into words using some both statistical language models and large language models.
According to the researchers, this approach makes communication faster, more natural, and more accurate than many existing assistive technologies. The system also operates with only a very short delay between the user's attempted speech and the generated output. Another key feature is its ability to recreate the user's own voice. By using audio recorded before the onset of the disease, researchers generated a synthetic voice that closely matches the user's natural speech. The technology does more than just speak out loud. It can also convert brain signals into text, allowing users to write emails, send messages, and interact with computers. Researchers say the system has already enabled its user to return to full-time work while continuing to live at home with his family.
It is very sweet to have the ability to look at my wife's eyes when she hears my voice and conjures up a sweet memory. And to explain to my daughter, who does not really remember anything about when I was still talking to them, and remind them of what I used to sound like.
The brain implant contains hundreds of electrodes that record activity from individual neurons inside the speech motor cortex. This provides a detailed view of the brain's intended speech commands even when the muscles required for speaking can no longer respond. The team continues to improve the system's speed, accuracy, and reliability through ongoing research. While the technology is still in the experimental stage, it represents an important step forward in human-computer communication. For now, the project offers a glimpse of how AI and brain-computer interfaces may help restore communication and independence for people living with severe disabilities.
Now this is straight from the Transformers. Exoskeletons or wearable robotic systems have made huge advances over the past few years.
Well, they're being used to help people recover movement after serious injuries and neurological conditions. From helping patients relearn how to walk to supporting hand rehabilitation, exoskeletons can provide repetitive, targeted movement training while working alongside medical professionals.
In hospitals across Spain, robotic exoskeletons are being used as part of rehabilitation programs for people recovering from conditions such as strokes, spinal cord injuries, and other neurological disorders. These wearable devices are designed to support the body and help patients practice walking movements that may have been lost after an injury or prolonged illness. At the Biscaya Hospital in northern Spain, therapists are using a powered lower limb exoskeleton known as HANC. Developed by Spanish robotics company Gogoa, the device fits around the legs and waist and uses motorized joints at the hips, knees, and ankles to assist movement. The exoskeleton weighs about 20 kilograms and contains electric motors that help generate walking motions. Therapists can adjust settings such as walking speed, step length, and the level of support depending on the patient's condition.
The exoskeleton we have behind us is a walking exoskeleton that assists the patient in the three main joints of the lower limb: hip, knee, and ankles. What it does for the patient is generate a natural walking pattern where the patient can walk. This is done along with a technical aid that can be provided to them, always supervised in a clinical environment. When activated, the device can help a person move from a seated position to standing and then assist with walking practice. Rehabilitation with exoskeletons focuses on repetition. After conditions like stroke, the connection between the brain and muscles can be affected, making even simple movements difficult. A stroke occurs when blood flow to a part of the brain is interrupted, which in turn can damage brain cells and affect body functions, including movement. Spinal cord injuries can create similar challenges by disrupting signals between the brain and muscles. Robotic support systems help patients practice these movements again while being supervised by medical professionals. We can gradually recover their way of walking through the exoskeleton. The patient can move around the room, knowing they are moving as they should, and correcting those minor anomalies they might have due to their medical diagnosis. The device can also help patients experience standing and walking positions that may not be possible through traditional therapy alone. The same technology is also being explored for hand rehabilitation. One such system is called the Hand of Hope, designed to help patients recover hand and finger movements after a stroke. The system uses electromyography or EMG to detect small electrical signals produced when a patient tries to move their hand. Software analyzes these signals and activates a motorized support system that helps complete the movement. This allows therapists to repeat everyday actions such as grasping and releasing objects.
Technology now can help and can increase and enhance also the rehabilitation process of these people, and can make these people to be again with good mobility and also with a good cognitive activity.
Gogoa, the company behind these systems, was founded in 2015. The company develops wearable robotics for both medical rehabilitation and industrial support. At industrial sites in northern Spain, workers are testing these wearable systems while doing manual tasks. The technology is also being explored for use in areas such as manufacturing, logistics and construction, where repetitive movements and heavy lifting can create physical strain.
It helps me a lot with weight. I notice the weight much less. It's only slightly uncomfortable. Maybe I just need to adjust the device better to move around much more freely.
Compared to medical rehabilitation, industrial environments are often more structured, making them easier for robotic systems to adapt to.
Now we hear a lot about humanoids these days, folding clothes, cooking meals and what have you. But to do that, they have to learn how to, and they can only do that by watching humans.
Well, and that's created a new kind of job. People are being paid to wear cameras and record their daily routines so AI systems can study their movements. And many of these workers are in India, where AI companies are collecting thousands of hours of videos to train the next generation of humanoids.
Tech tip of the day: if somebody asks you to record a video to train a robot to do your job, say no.
Everyday tasks that humans barely think about, like making a bed or chopping fruit, are becoming valuable training material for artificial intelligence. Tech companies are now paying people to record these routine activities in the hope of teaching future robots how to replicate them. In India's Tamil Nadu, 25-year-old Nagireddy Sriramachandra straps a smartphone to her head before starting housework, as she slices mangoes, cooks or carries out other tasks. The device records everything she sees. The footage is known as egocentric data, first-person video designed to show AI systems how humans interact with the world around them. The recordings are then sent to AI data company Objectways, where they become training material for robots of the future, and there is an irony to the whole process. People are being paid to teach machines how to do the very tasks those machines may one day take over from them.
I see future full of robotics and AI, but still human existence need to be there, because we give without human data and all, those can't run.
Building a chatbot requires vast amounts of text. Building a robot requires something very different. Developers need data that show how people move, how they pick up objects, how they open doors, or how they navigate a room without bumping into furniture. To collect that information, workers use head-mounted cameras, video glasses, and motion sensing equipment. Some record their daily lives at home. Others work in factories or specialized studios designed to capture human movement in detail. The goal is to help AI models learn how to perceive and interact with real-world environments.
The first 2 days were a little uncomfortable, but after that, the speed and work precision improved automatically. There is no problem with my speed now. I work normally even while wearing the GoPro camera, and there is no change.
At an Objectway studio in Tamil Nadu's Karur, AI trainers spend hours filming themselves performing everyday tasks: holding towels, arranging objects, making beds, or organizing household items. These activities may appear routine to humans, but they represent complex challenges for robots. Every movement, every hand position, and every decision provides data that can be used to train AI systems. The company says clients are particularly interested in tasks such as cooking, making coffee, and folding clothes. Skills that future humanoid robots may one day perform in homes and workplaces.
Per day, 90 plus videos are taken. Yeah. The next day we will change the background. Today I sit here and I can face this position, means tomorrow I can stand here. The next day I can stand here. So each and every angle will be noted, each and every actions will be changed based upon the objects.
The global race to build humanoid robots is accelerating. Morgan Stanley forecasts there could be more than 1 billion of them in use by the middle of the century. But before robots can work alongside people, they must first learn from them. For now, that is creating a new category of AI employment, with India emerging as a major hub for collecting, processing and annotating the data that powers these systems. And while the long-term goal is to automate many everyday tasks, the technology still depends on human experience to get there.
Every year, the world loses thousands of plant species due to human activity. And the really sad part about that is that many of these species haven't even been discovered, let alone documented.
And that's where artificial intelligence is starting to help. Researchers are using AI to analyze massive collections of plant data much faster than before.
The technology is helping scientists identify species, track changes in ecosystems, and better understand how plants are responding to climate change.
Artificial intelligence is already helping companies write code, create images, and analyze data. Now, scientists believe it could also help save thousands of plant species from extinction. A new global report called The State of the World's Plants and Fungi 2026 has found that nearly 30,000 species of plants and more than 400 species of fungi are at risk of extinction. The report has been published by the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew, with contribution from more than 400 scientists from 40 countries.
So one of the examples that we have at Kew of a species that is threatened is the smallest water lily in the world, which Nenphea termarum, that has been found in only one pool in Rwanda.
Researchers say technology could give conservation efforts a crucial boost because the biggest challenge isn't lack of data, it's the sheer volume of it. From the Amazon rainforest to remote mountain ranges, plant species are under pressure from climate change, deforestation, and habitat loss. Yet only a fraction of the world's known plants and fungi have been assessed for their extinction risk. Many more species may not even have been discovered yet. To protect them, scientists first need to find them, identify them, and track how they are changing, and they are now turning to AI to help them do it. At the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew, in London, scientists have spent 4 years digitizing one of the world's largest collections of plant and fungi specimens. Millions of samples, some collected hundreds of years ago, have been photographed and turned into digital records. In the past, researchers had to physically examine these specimens one by one. Now, they can access them from anywhere in the world with an internet connection. Using computer vision technology, AI can analyze digital specimens at a scale impossible for human researchers. The system can count flowers, measure leaves, compare thousands of specimens, and even extract information from handwritten labels. It can also identify subtle differences between plants, including characteristics that may be invisible to the untrained eye.
Computer vision is simply a way that we can analyze the image specimens. We can look at particular features on a specimen. It can count a number of flowers for us. It can measure the length of a leaf. It can compare different specimens with each other. It can help us read the label data and analyze the data in that. And that's really helping us bring together the information that is held around the world in different herbaria and fungaria, and allowing scientists to analyze it together to answer bigger questions around biodiversity and conservation.
Researchers say AI is helping them spot patterns that would otherwise take years to find. One analysis of digital records found that flowering times around the world have shifted by an average of 2.5 days per decade over the last century, a signal of how climate change is already affecting plant life. Scientists stress that AI is not replacing botanists. Instead, it is helping them work faster and more efficiently, with only a small percentage of known plants and fungi assessed for extinction risk. Time is becoming a critical factor, and as researchers race to document the world's biodiversity, digital archives, computer vision, and AI could become some of the most important tools in the conservation toolkit, helping scientists understand what is being lost before it disappears.
So I noticed, Miraj, that all the stories we curated for this episode were positive. No more doom and gloom about AI?
Yeah, I figured that it's an endless loop. What's the point of manifesting it, I suppose?
Well, good move. And there's plenty of good news if you look for it.
I agree. On that note, we'll take your leave.
Keep watching WION World as One and like us on social media. And most importantly, stay positive. Have a great weekend.
Bye.